All right. So UFC 305 took place yesterday, and I had a family matter to attend to, so I'm making this video today instead of yesterday. But it went very well for me. It was probably the most hyped I've been in it for a card in a while. And some of my delusional picks were right, some of them were wrong. Tuivasa, I'll get to him. But yeah, overall, great card. I went 3-2 on the main card, so not too bad. I could have done better. One of my very like we'll get to it. We'll get to it. But yeah, we'll start off with Li Jingliang versus Carlos Prates. So I wanted Li to win really bad. He didn't get it done. I picked Carlos Prates. And yeah, Prates knocked him out in the second round after pretty much just beating him up for the whole fight. He outstruck him, doing better strikes overall. Lee was hitting him back, but Carlos Prates was landing a lot more effective strikes and knocked him down twice and knocked him out cold, which Li Jingliang's never been knocked out, so it was pretty impressive. And Carlos looks really good, and we'll see what he does. He came out super aggressive, and it paid off. So yeah, too bad for Lee. I hope he gets someone easy in his next fight, and he can get a win back, because that's just sad. That was a big sad part for me in this card. But next up, we have the big disappointment. Tai Tuivasa versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Tai Tuivasa, I picked him stupidly. I said that Jairzinho was going to be able to outstrike him easily, but I thought Tai was going to be able to throw that big shot that would take him out. And Tai just never threw a shot at all in his entire. He just didn't throw it in the entire fight. He never threw a shot that meant anything at all, and he got beat the fuck up for 3 rounds. And the crazy part is, a judge gave Tai Tuivasa all 3 rounds. So I almost got a robbery, which would have been funny. But yeah, he got fired. The judge did on the spot, which is really funny. I appreciated the UFC. Appreciate that the UFC are taking that into account and doing something about it now, because the judging has been horrible lately, and that scorecard is unbelievable. I thought Ty got beat up bad all 3 rounds. I didn't give Ty a single round. I thought he looked like shit. I thought Drizzinho looked like a point kickboxer, which he is unless he gets lucky and knocks him out. So it was pretty much how the odds, it was how everyone expected the fight to go. But I went with Ty because I thought he would, I had a feeling, and the feeling was wrong. But we'll get to the next one where my feeling came out pretty good. Next up is Mazus Gamrot versus Dan Hooker. I called this one. I didn't call a decision. That's crazy. But I called him being able to give a dogfight to Gamrot in the later rounds. And I think Dan. Some people think this was a robbery. I don't. I think Dan Hooker did the most damage. I don't think control time matters as much when you're getting punched and damaged and cut. Like Dan Hooker was beating him up. And the strikes were pretty even. But I thought Dan Hooker won. I thought Dan Hooker definitely won the third. And definitely won the second, I think. I thought Gamrot won the first. And yeah, I thought Dan Hooker did enough to win. Some people don't. But it's crazy the fact that Dan Hooker is in the top five again, which is amazing. I want him, next matchup, I want him versus Oliveira really bad. I want to see that fight. That would be sick. They both got tatted and bleached their hair, and now they're both on. Well, Oliveira went on a title run with it, and now Dan Hooker is kind of too. So let's do that one. That's super exciting. But I'm so glad boring ass Gamrot is out of the running for a title shot. Thank God. All's right in the world. We got an exciting guy that's not insanely old. How old is Dan Hooker? He's kind of old. He's 34, so he's getting up there too. But he's not 36 and 35 like Poirier and Gaethje. So yeah, I'm glad someone's another exciting fighter's in the top five. Now there's cool matchups we can make, and I'm very glad he won. And I called that one, which I'm very happy about. And then we'll get to the one where I pretty much thought I had it in the bag, and it went horribly wrong. Kai Kara France versus Steve Erceg. I thought that Steve Erceg was going to be able to piece him up and take him out because Kai Kara France is rather sloppy. But I guess that just works because Kai Kara France knocked him out in the first round, in the first minute, and with a crazy flying overhand with his left and a switch stance, caught him. Steve Erceg gets back to his feet. He puts it on him and knocks him down again against the fence, and the ref calls it. I thought it was a little early, a little bit, but I'm not. I'm also super biased, so I'm not going to complain. It is what it is. Kai France got that one done, and it was pretty entertaining and cool. It was a good knockout. I didn't give Kai a lot of credit. The Brandon Moreno loss, to be honest, really just turned me off of him. But he's good, and I think he should get the next title fight, and I think that'll be interesting. I think Pantoja beats his shit out of him, but I thought the same thing with Steve. So if Kai can get that done, it would be pretty sweet. But yeah, I think they're going to give the next. I'm pretty sure they're giving it to Kai Sakura, so Kai will probably have to wait for a bit or fight another guy. Maybe they'll give. I don't know. It's interesting who they're going to give Tyra to. And then, yeah, I think Kai Sakura is getting Pantoja for the belt. So Kai will have to wait up. Steve Erceg, I don't know what to do with him now. I'm scared that he's going to just start losing all the time. He did, like in the embeddeds and stuff, he just doesn't seem very, he seems kind of softer than I originally thought. And it's just kind of sad. And now I'm scared for him. And it's such a shame because I think he won the belt. So it's just so annoying. But it's okay. I'm still an Ursel. I still like him. So yeah, we'll see what happens with those two. But very good knockout and put a stamp on that fight and probably earned himself a title shot. Finally, we have the main event. Dricus du Plessis versus Israel Adesanya. This went perfectly for me. It went perfectly. The cringe is gone. The cringe is dead. It's amazing. Thank God. It went perfectly for me. Dricus du Plessis submits Israel in round 4 after a dog of a round and a pretty exciting fight overall. The trash talk definitely put a fire under Israel because he was definitely not point fighting as much as he does. He came forward and wanted to hurt him, and it was super entertaining for the fight. And Dricus was being himself, throwing like a goofball and throwing super dumb. He would take down Izzy, and Izzy would get back up. The strikes were pretty even overall. Obviously, Izzy was hitting the more crisp strikes. I thought Izzy lost round 1. I'll say that. I thought Dricus got round 1. Then I thought Izzy won round 2 and 3. But I'm also like, they're going to give it to Izzy no matter what in my brain a little bit. But yeah, Izzy was doing good. He's doing very good. And I thought he won the 2nd and 3rd. So going into the 4th, I was like, Dricus needs this one. And then we're going to go to the 5th. And I was like, oh shit. I was getting nervous because Izzy was tagging him and hitting him with mean body shots. And Dricus, I doubted him for a sec, but he always looks tired as shit no matter what. He looked tired like he was going to die after the first round. But then he just keeps going. He just doesn't stop. He's just always like in this fatigue state, but he does not stop. So it is really funny to watch, and it works perfectly for him. So I'm very glad he was able to implement it because Israel just broke. He broke him. He broke the cringe. And Dricus pushed him, tagged him with a left hand, dropped him. It was like more like a slip. He got back up. Then Izzy pointed to the ground like Max Holloway and was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And then Dricus bum rushed him like a dumbass, hit him with some rights. Izzy just turned around and ran away into the fence, which is really funny to me. And then Dricus takes him down like nothing and chokes him out with a gable grip, and Izzy taps. And that was an amazing moment for me, and it was just great. And I'm so glad Dricus won. And Israel and Dricus had a great after fight deal, even though Izzy would not have been that humble in defeat, or in if he won, he would not have been that respectable. If he won, it would have been showboating like a motherfucker, and that's just true. So still though, it's still cool. Dricus was super. They were both cool. They had a weird moment where he kissed his hand and like they kissed each other through their hand, and that was weird. And Israel scared me because I hate him, but I don't want him to retire. It's fun to hate someone. I would like him in the UFC. There's cool matchups to be made with him. I just didn't want him to be champ. I didn't want him to get this grudge match. It would have pissed me off. But I want him in the UFC. He needs to be there. I need to have this person. Even though I hate him, I need to have him. He's very entertaining to hate. This fight was one of the most hyped fights for me this year because of that, because of how much I hate him. So yeah, he like took his gloves off and he was gonna retire, and then he just decided not to. I don't think he was gonna, but it scared me. And then yeah, so he's back. He's probably gonna fight. He's taking the loss way better than he did the Strickland and Pereira losses. So yeah, he had some funny one-liners in the post-fight interview. Dricus, oh yeah, Alex Pereira calls out Dricus on Instagram right after the fight, which was really funny, and said he's gonna move down to 185. I don't want that to happen. We'll get to the 307 card in another video. I have a weird quarrel about that main event, but I think Pereira beats Dricus. I think that happens. I just don't think. I'd rather have Dricus move up to 205 after a couple more defenses. That seems more interesting to me. So yeah, I think that's about it. Dricus got it done. Best possible moment. Dricus and Hooker really, really saved me from being incredibly sad this weekend. So yeah, I will see you guys soon. No more cringe. Thank goodness. The king of cringe is dead. The king of Africa is Dricus du Plessis, and nobody's going to like it. I've been seeing such good reactions. Seeing people's reactions to this fight that are Izzy fans are so funny, dude. They're so funny. Oh, they're so good. I don't know I forgot his name, but Kenny, I think his name's Kenny Okoye or some shit. His reaction was really funny. Because he was like, Izzy's fighting him, doing a flawless fight right now. Izzy's flawlessly winning. And then 5 seconds later, Dricus knocks him down and chokes him out. And it's just really funny to me. But yeah, that's about it. I'll see you soon.